What is up, Nuggets? It's your boy, Killer Pizza, here with a brand new video for you rascals and rapscallions out there. It is a sad day because we are officially in November, so the Halloween season is done, and if you live in the Midwest or on the East Coast like I do, you know it's about to be hell for the next 4 to 6 months with all this snow and the cold weather. It's been pretty cold up here in Michigan already. But anyway, straight into the video. I have a lot of fun stuff to show you guys. As you can see from the title, we have a horror movie collection update video, which is one of my very favorite videos to make because who doesn't like some physical media coming in the mail? And I got tons of Scream Factory, some Arrow video, some Vinegar Syndrome, TerrorVision, lots of fun stuff I picked up during the sales and whatnot that I wanted to show you guys last month, but I was waiting on a couple things that were arriving late. So anyways, today is the day. Let me show you guys what I got. I believe 10 horror titles, 2 box sets, and some other extra stuff. So anyways, let's hop right into it. So I'm going to show you guys all 3 of these movies right now. These are 3. I was very excited to hear the announcement from Scream Factory. I got the 4K of Night of the Demons, the Blu-ray of Night of the Demons 2, and first time in America, North America Blu-ray, Demons 3. So I would do a review on all of these, but I watched all 3 of them. I'll just give you guys my thoughts. Now, I don't want to upgrade everything I get that Scream Factory knows, so I tried to just stick with the titles I really like. And though I'm a fan of Night of the Demons, this isn't one I would necessarily upgrade to, but the fact that it came with the 2 others with the slips, I had to jump on this. Honestly, I forgot how much fun this movie is. This movie is absolutely bonkers. Like, right when you think it gets as crazy as it can, it gets even crazier. The highlight of this movie for me always is Roger. Just the most realistic person in a horror movie. Every time something bad happens, he's like, fuck this, and he's out of there. But to be quite honest, the 4K, this is one of the least impressive 4Ks, in my opinion, through Scream Factory. Not as a fault of its own, more so that this is a very dark set movie. So it could have looked better, but it was fun. And then we have Night of the Demons 2, which I already own through, I think, Olive Films, but I looked and I only had commentary track as special features. I watched this. I know this is one a lot of people say is their favorite out of the 3. This might be my least favorite of the 3. It was fun, but it was just okay. And then Night of the Demons 3, this was very strange, man. This got really weird. I actually really liked the first half where it was like a robbery at the store. It was just kind of a different change of pace and everything, but just okay. So I will say these 3 movies were a lot of fun. Not the greatest in the world, I'm just being honest, for my taste, but I enjoyed them. Next, we have a couple more I picked up. A lot of 4Ks I grabbed. These are some of the first movies I grabbed in the month of October. I Know What You Did Last Summer on 4K. I believe I only have this in like a multi-pack on Blu-ray. I've been on kind of like a late 90s kick, horror kick lately. Late 90s, early 2000s. So I was excited to pick this one up, even though that don't sound good. And then I picked up the sequel, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. I remember really liking this one. This is where they win like the tickets to that island on the radio or something. I am a little bummed that the sequel got a slip and the original didn't. I'm not a big slip guy, but for continuity, I don't mind it. So I Know What You Did Last Summer, and I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. So here's one I didn't plan on picking up, and that is Night of the Comet. Like I said, I don't want to keep double dipping in all these. And this is one of my all-time favorite horror movies. I just think this is a lot of fun and has a lot of charm to it. And not until I was watching Ken on Mid-Level Media, his like audit, when he mentioned Night of the Comet, he said when he put this on, he almost cried. It looked so good. And great video, Ken. You know, I was on the fence of picking this one up because it's one of my favorites. I actually just did a review about this not too long ago, if you guys want to check that out. But he was right, man, because one of the highlights of this film is just like the whole sky goes like this orange color during when the comet hits, and just the colorful outfits they're wearing. It looked really good. And like I said, if you want to hear me talk more about this, check out my review. I absolutely adore this movie. There's so much charm to this. I love it. Very happy to have that in my collection. Now here is one I had to pick up when I seen this release. That is the Pumpkinhead Steelbook. Look at that. How cool is that? This is one I grew up watching with my sister. I absolutely love this movie. Wasn't disappointed when watching this one. One of my all-time favorites. Not much more to say about this. Thing I will say so far is out of all of these that I watch, Night of the Comet definitely was the best 4K transfer so far. But just look at that artwork, man. You know, I told myself when I started recollecting, I'm not going to get into steelbooks because I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, but I decided I'm just going to grab the steelbooks that I think are badass. Okay, and then I did the Scream Factory Halloween sale whatever you call it, Shocktober. And I only picked up 3 titles, but here are 2 of the horror titles I picked up. So here's one I've just been thinking about lately. And this is one I maybe didn't need to upgrade on, but that is Black Christmas. I don't know what it is, but this was just on my mind recently where I was thinking, I'm going to watch this one this Christmas. You know, granted, I've seen it before. I didn't watch it this past Christmas. I love this movie, and I'm just in the mood to kind of watch it. And I was going to pick up the 4K on Amazon. It was like $40. And when I found this for, I think, like 15 during the Shocktober sale, and I seen somebody posted a photo in, like, one of the group pages I'm in, that they got this with the slip, and I thought that's what made me do the Shocktober sale. I said, screw it, man, 15 bucks instead of 40. I'm not going to open this up until Christmas, probably, but I thought I might as well get this now. It's going to pay for everything else I pick up. So, as you can see, a lot of 4K titles through Scream Factory in this haul, which I just said I'm not going to upgrade everything. Here's one that I felt I needed to upgrade on. It's about damn time, and that is the 4K of Candyman. I also seen this one came with the slip, so I had to pick that up. I remember seeing this at Best Buy, like when it first came out, and like holding it in my hand. I almost bought it. And you know what? I'm not the biggest fan of Candyman. I love Candyman, but the reason I say that, it's like people have such a high regard for Candyman. I don't feel right to say, like, I'm a huge fan too. It's like if you're a fan of pro wrestling, when people say, I love The Undertaker. I do too, but I don't claim to be a huge Undertaker fan, because the people that are big fans are big fans. You know what I mean? So I'll have to rewatch this. I'm sure I'll love it again. You know, just like I said, never was one of my favorites. It's one of the first I picked up when I started recollecting about 4 or 5 years ago. And this is before I even knew about Scream Factory. So look at my old copy that plays region free. But I looked at this and the special features, or lack thereof. I said, okay, time to do Candyman some justice with all these special features. You know, Tony Todd alone, absolutely love him. So glad to upgrade that one. Then here is a video I almost made an individual video about, and that is the Toxic Avenger 4K box set. Got Toxie 1, which I watched the other day. Toxie 2 I watched. 3 and 4. You know, I'll say it right off the bat, I'm a huge fan of what Troma does, independent filmmaking, all that fun stuff, but I'm not the biggest fan of Troma movies. Like, I don't like Adult Swim. I don't know what it is, like weird animation growing up. It just kind of weirds me out. So it's like I have like a balance where it's like when the humor or content is like brain melting, like a lot of Troma films are, I just can't get into them. I think a lot of them are kind of stupid, but I really support what they do as an independent film company. I love the Toxic Avenger movies. I love Surf Nazis Must Die, Redneck Zombies, Poultrygeist, so Return to Nukem High. So there are ones that I do like, but if you're going to pick up one set, you got to get the Toxic Avenger. And I will say one bad thing. My 4K on part 2 and on 3 were kind of acting up, so I might need to return this and try to get a new one. I have a really nice region-free 4K Blu-ray player, so don't know what the deal is, but I wanted to hold this at least in hand so I can do this video. I might have to return this and get a new one, though, unfortunately. Now, here is one that was suggested to me by my friend Doug, and that is the WNUF Halloween special. I've heard of this for the longest time. I got this from TerrorVision, and it's got the alternate slip, so it looks like just the Vinegar Syndrome copy. But I've heard a lot about this. Doug told me this is one of the greatest found footage films he's ever seen. So I picked this up. This is the one I was waiting on for Halloween, but I didn't get it till I think Halloween Day. I didn't get a chance to watch this. I watched Monster Squad instead. But I'm excited to check this out. I always thought this was like a legitimate thing from the 80s, and I found out this was made in, 2013? So that intrigues me even more, hearing that there's like commercials they made in here. It just seems like a lot of fun, so I'm excited to check this out. Then last on my horror pickups, this just came today about an hour ago. Now check out this bad boy. The Walking Dead complete Blu-ray set. This is totally one I could have waited on. 100%. I thought, I'll wait till Black Friday and pick this one up, but it's just been on my mind ever since it was announced. This is just so badass. I absolutely loved this show back in the day. I think the biggest reason I didn't want to pick this up is it's almost 100 hours worth of episodes. I'm like, am I really going to sit down and watch 100 hours of Walking Dead? I will eventually, but I had to pick this up. I'm glad I did. And I think I'm going to do a video next weekend of unboxing this. I'm sure you guys have seen it, but I'll do a little quick video next weekend all about it. But look at this bad boy. And this thing is heavy. All right. Now, something I think I'm going to start doing in my horror collection pickups is show you guys the non-horror stuff I grabbed in the month. Because I did like a cult classic review, And you guys seem to like me talking about some non-horror stuff. So here are the other things I picked up. 4 titles that aren't horror. First is through Arrow Video, Carlito's Way. It's got the nice thick box, like how the True Romance one came in. Al Pacino, I love Al Pacino. I've actually never seen this movie, and this artwork is absolutely beautiful. I love it. So I'm very, very excited to check this one out. And then here is the 3rd title I grabbed in the Shocktober sale. Never seen it. Class of 1984. The trailer looks awesome, like synth, like retro punks. Like what do you call it? I don't know. This looks kind of badass, like the teacher hunting down the kids and everything. And I know this will probably get a 4K, but I grabbed it anyways. And then you guys will laugh about this, really. I did the Vinegar Syndrome pre-order, and I didn't get a single horror title. I just grabbed 2 titles. And I know they were making fun of this on Dead Pit, so screw you guys. I think this is cool. That's the Tony Hawk documentary, Pretending I'm a Superman. I was checking this thing like day by day to see like how many were left. It's got to be under 300 at this point, then be out of print. Because I'm kicking myself I didn't get that GoldenEye one. But this cover work is absolutely beautiful. Like a damn Sega or Nintendo 64 game. But I ripped it last night, actually. I was like, I got to find a shitty Vinegar Syndrome title to replace it with. But yeah, I watched this last night. This was a lot of fun. If you're ever into video games and 64, skateboard, and any of that, this is very nostalgic, and it was a lot of fun. Glad I picked it up. Then last but not least, another documentary I picked up through Vinegar Syndrome, Fake It So Real. It's a documentary about an independent wrestling show. As a lot of you guys know, I'm an indie wrestler out of Michigan, and this just looked like a lot of fun. It wasn't streaming anywhere, and I love wrestling documentaries, so I decided to pick this one up. But anyways, that is it. That is my entire haul. I believe that was 10 or 11 horror titles with 2 box sets, 1 a TV show, 4K box set, and like 4 other titles. So let me know in the comment section if you've seen any of these movies that I picked up, your thoughts on them. Let me know if you want me to do a long form review of any of these, which one you think I should watch. Other than that, hopefully everybody's having a good one. Blood, Guts, Gore. I'll check you guys next time.